From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Powered by Century Ply, Kar Dekho Gadi Store and Reva University.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. 307 days after India reported its first COVID case, 266 days after COVID was declared a pandemic, 259 days after the WHO launched the solidarity trials, 242 days since the world reported 1 million COVID cases, and 138 days after India crossed the 1 million COVID mark, there is finally a ray of hope in sight. Finally. This morning, the United Kingdom approved Pfizer-BioNTech's COVID-19 vaccine. The UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said the vaccine will be available from next week. The Russian president today said that in the coming days, 2 million doses of the vaccine will be produced. A ray of hope, ladies and gentlemen, we've been waiting for. Now in India, vaccine efforts are on a war footing. The Prime Minister has personally met the developers. He has held non-stop meetings with chief ministers and manufacturers to ensure infrastructure is in place. And the health minister has said that 300 million will be vaccinated by August 2021. But Antonia Maino's Vadra Congress has chosen to play disgusting, sickening, and vile politics over one of the most important, most historic, and most vital healthcare strategies of this nation. Today, this decaying party, this shriveling party, this atrophying party of has-beens is tweeting, and I quote, "Can the Indian people get some clarity? Will they be getting a vaccine, or do they have to be Atmanirbhar when it comes to surviving this deadly virus?" What a stupid tweet. It is floating the hashtag Modi hai to manipulation hai. It's not outrageous. It's insane. The party is bordering on political insanity. The aim is to demoralize those of us who are at the cusp of rolling out a vaccine. The aim is to create panic in the country. A thoughtless party that is happy to support the Chinese, but when it comes to anything in India, takes the most negative line. A negative party of negative leaders, a negative leadership. And the nation has seen through it. The Vadra Congress has, during the entire duration of the pandemic, done only this: incite, instigate, and derail the COVID battle. By questioning the lockdown, by fueling a migrant crisis, by questioning the stimulus packages. And honestly, it is only making a mockery of itself. India stands together in its battle against the pandemic and to take the challenge to ensure that the vaccine reaches every corner of the country and every family. The revolting, repulsive, and obnoxious vaccine politics, ladies and gentlemen, has no place. Our debate today is on hashtag vaccine politics. The last thing that we need at a time where we are on the cusp of a great victory. That's debate number one. Debate number two this evening, viewers. As the UK authorizes the vaccine, debate number two this evening is the return of the award Wapsi gang. Now our farmers, the award Wapsi gang is back. And debate number three this evening. Yogi promises a magnificent film city. Uddhav gets insecure. The film city debate is at 10:30 p.m. And here are the headlines this Thursday evening, Wednesday evening on the debate tonight. As India inches closer to the vaccine, the Vadra family politicizes the fight against COVID-19. The Award Wapsi gang hijacks the farmers' protest, threatens their own agitation on the 7th of December. Government hopeful of a solution through dialogue, but the motivated lobby provokes Kisan unions. From Akshay Kumar to Subhash Ghai, actors and filmmakers line up to meet Yogi Adityanath in Mumbai. And not snatching away Bollywood its healthy competition, Yogi gives a direct counter to the Maharashtra Chief Minister. My point is, why do they have to do this every time? Why? Why do they have to make a fool of themselves every time? Like, let Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra and Robert Vadra come out with a vaccine. I genuinely think so. Abdul Razak Khan debating with MR to start. I think Robert Vadra, Priyanka Vadra, the Vadra family, Antonia Maino, and the 51-year-old adolescent who tweeted this morning, Modi hai to manipulation hai.
Already come up with a vaccine.
Have they come out with an alternative vaccine? Was the vaccine developed in the
already declared that
some of the inside rooms of 24 Akbar Road?
Arnab, you failed to mention.
Yes, no. I'm asking you. Don't make a joke of this. Since the Congress party is upset that Modi has not come out with a vaccine under their time limit, my question is, Abdul Razak, please tell MR, where is the Congress party vaccine? Where is the Vadra Congress's COVID vaccine?
What is wrong in questioning the government about?
Okay, we start.
What is wrong in questioning the government about vaccine?
You are mocking the government, sir. You are not questioning the government. You must understand the difference.
The Union Health
You are mocking
Secretary
not only the government, you are mocking all scientists who are doing this.
The government never promised vaccination to all. Is it not full of themselves, full of the BJP? Did the BJP not promise every voter, if they get elected to power, free vaccination for everyone in Bihar? Today the Union Health Secretary says it is not vaccination for all. We don't need to vaccinate everyone at all. This is what the Union Health Secretary said.
Exactly. Sir, if you know something, sir, you must understand this.
It is a matter of great concern. Once again, the BJP has proved that it was an election jumla.
Sir, there is no need to vaccinate everybody.
It's an election jumla
First thing you must understand, there is no vaccine against idiocy.
Like the 15 lakh
and you cannot vaccinate idiots.
And second thing you must understand, 15 lakh rupees promise. Today it is still doubtful.
There is no need to vaccinate everybody. Even the UK will be rolling it out as the health secretary of the UK government says, that there will be a planned rollout to people who are elderly, who are vulnerable, frontline health workers, and then only it will be vaccinated all. So why do you jump the gun and say there is no program? In fact, the Prime Minister himself said on Sunday that he is expecting for a complete rollout plan from the scientists, and how the vaccine will be taken down to all mohallas, all panchayats at minus 70 degrees Celsius. These are all things to be planned. So trust the government. Please understand, we trust the government for a simple reason. It is not headed by any type of anarchists or buffoons. It is being headed by one of the most sincere Prime Minister we have had since independence. So keep your counsel to yourself. Keep your counsel to yourself. And again I repeat, sorry for repeating on your face again, there is no vaccination for idiocy.
This is not chai pe charcha di nukkad. This is
I,
not
I,
This is
I,
also
please
not
don't
Rahul
use
Gandhi.
the word
This is not
idiot
Rahul
to
Gandhi
describe
stuff.
anyone on
This
the
is not Rahul
program.
Gandhi stuff. This is a serious
Please
one.
do not use the word idiot
One involving the health
to
of the
describe a fellow panelist.
Don't trivialize it. Don't ridicule
Please
the efforts of
refrain
our
from
panelists
using
who
the
are doing
word
their best.
idiot to describe any fellow panelist. I request you don't do that. Don't call anyone an idiot. That is not necessary, MR. I'm sure you can use slightly more elegant language than idiot. Thank you.
He has been doing this regularly with every
Thank you.
panelist.
Thank you.
You allow him to do that, Arnab. Unfair, unacceptable.
No.
Very unfair, unacceptable.
I would like to.
You allow
I would
this
like
every
to
time.
bring
It
in
has happened
Gaurav
with every
Bhatia.
panelist.
Everyone calm down. Sohail, I will come to you. I will come to you. I will come to you. Everyone calm down. First of all, what the hell is going on now in our country?
The same people who compared
The
India with
British
other
Health
countries
Secretary and the British Prime Minister
Why are
announced,
they not comparing with UK?
and within 45 minutes, within 45 minutes, Gaurav Bhatia, within 45 minutes, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra, Robert Vadra start tweeting. My point is this. Does any of them have some vaccine that they have kept in their back pocket? They put out the hashtag, Modi hai to manipulation hai. What can Modi do? Can Modi come up with a vaccine without the checks, without the due
It has
diligence?
not been tested properly.
No. What is your expectation?
The Americans are not using it.
What do you
The
want?
European Union is
The
not
Prime
using
Minister
it.
has
Only
chaired
United
4
Kingdom
meetings
has
in
allowed
10
it.
days
It is not a safe
to review the efforts
It is not
of
a
the
safe
COVID vaccine
The Prime Minister doesn't
to
care.
address the issues of
The Prime
logistics,
Minister
transportation
doesn't
and a
care
cold
because it's not a safe
chain.
vaccine.
Vivek, you debate with Gaurav right now, but you will have to stop speaking over me.
No. Yeah.
Please understand, what do you want? You make your point clearly to Gaurav so that when he replies, I can have a moment of silence and a clear debate. You have to, you make your point, but quietly, calmly, make your point. Volume up, I can't hear the fallback.
fine.
Yeah, please.
Okay, very calmly, the Americans have not
Make your
accepted it as of now, this research. And they believe the government should do the research, not the companies. Number two, the European Union has not accepted this research. And United Kingdom has broken away from the health regulatory laws of the European Union. And it is saying the government need not do the research. Let us accept what a company is saying and let it go for mass production and mass circulation. This is wrong. Indians cannot be used as guinea pigs for testing the vaccine.
In the context
and the Prime
of India,
Minister
what is your
does
point?
not care
Vivek,
because
in the
this
Indian
vaccine-
context,
this is
therefore,
not a
does
safe
this not...
vaccine.
1 minute,
This
yeah,
is
when I'm
not a safe
speaking, why
vaccine.
don't you hear me? Why don't you hear me? Does this not underline the fact that a vaccine cannot be put in fast-forward mode? For God's sake, people's lives are involved. This is not an issue of politics. You have got to understand there are serious issues
an unsafe
of
vaccine,
safety,
sir. Sir, it is an
distribution,
unsafe vaccine,
cold chain.
not
These
accepted
are
by
not
the
things that
Americans
are
now,
available on a
not
jiffy.
approved by the European Union.
I abhor your vaccine politics. I hate it. Gaurav Bhatia.
Why are we Indians?
I abhor it.
Okay.
Gaurav
Somebody
Bhatia.
getting a kickback?
Okay,
Is
so
somebody getting a
now I
kickback?
hope I'll not be interrupted when I heard others patiently. Arnab.
Please,
First of all,
please.
I think it is a proud moment for us. We have a dedicated Prime Minister like Narendra Modi ji, who is leading from the front, not just for India, but for the entire world. And we all saw how he visited the laboratories and the headquarters of the 3 companies that are
I
trying
don't
to
understand.
indigenously
Please comment on the safety of
have
the vaccine.
the vaccine for our citizens. Can he
Sir,
be
you're
quiet?
not commenting on the
Because
safety
you know
of
I
the
don't want to
vaccine.
shout at you.
Please do not
It
divert
shows
my
how
questions.
uncivilized and
My
uncouth
question
you
was
are.
very
And
clear.
Arnab,
Sir, my
I have a
question was very
condition.
clear.
Either he be,
Sir, my
either he
question
be
was very
quiet
clear. You are diverting.
or you lower his
My
fader.
question
I will
was,
not shout
this
at him.
vaccine safe?
You
Is
know,
this
I
vaccine
don't want
safe?
to utter anything which will hurt him beyond
not
repair.
answering
Please
me.
be,
You are not
please
answering
be
me, sir.
quiet.
Sir,
Have
you
you
are
heard my
answering me.
points? Why should I answer? Who are you?
Sir,
Who
you are
are you?
diverting.
Who are you? Be quiet.
What do you mean?
Be
Who are you?
quiet.
I am from the opposition.
Just
you are from
be
the ruling
quiet and
party.
wait for your
I have asked
turn.
you a question.
Do you
have
know
to
what
answer.
points I'm
If you
about
don't
to
have
make?
answer,
Are you
then
the
read
twin
and come
brother
in
of
the
Rahul
debate.
Gandhi?
If
Arnab,
you don't
please.
read and come in the debate, that's your
Be
problem.
quiet.
It's an
I
unsafe
don't
vaccine.
have to
And I
answer
stand by
anything
it.
to you, Arnab. Please. Arnab,
It's an unsafe vaccine, and the Prime Minister is putting the lives of the Indians in danger.
You know, this is not acceptable, Arnab. We don't come here to shout at these fellows.
Vaccine in India, for God's sake. Who's putting what in danger? It's your irresponsible tweets which are putting people's lives in danger. You are trying to make what is a scientific process into a political gladiatorial punch-up with the least responsibility. I accuse selfish people like you of putting Indians' lives at risk by doing politics over a COVID vaccine, for God's sake. Now Gaurav will reply. I want one side to speak at a time. Thank you.
Please lower his fader. Nobody is interested in hearing his nonsense. He interrupts without even hearing the other party's points.
पास आंसर नहीं है श्रीमान जी.
चुप हो जाइए आप. आपको आंसर करना भी नहीं है. डायनासोर की तरह है आप.
आप पहले बोलिए.
चुप हो जाइए.
आप चुप हो कर मत बोलिए सर. You don't have the knowledge. You tell me is it safe or not?
Just give me a minute and a half. That's it. Please. See, there are issues like production.
Vivek, pull back now. Come on, we are here to debate.
Transportation. And Narendra Modi ji, when he was addressing the nation, made it very clear that these are things to be best handled by scientists and experts of the field, not by people from the left like they are right now speaking. And I must say, Congress has become a non-performing asset in the balance sheet of our country. These are perpetually pessimists. Arnab, do you remember earlier when Narendra Modi ji said there would be a 21-day lockdown and he gave the example of Mahabharat? These fools come out and they say after 21 days, COVID gaya kyun nahi? I am sure we'll find a vaccine for the COVID. But I'm not sure whether we will ever find a vaccine for the Gandhi Parivar who are hell-bent on destroying our country. And I must say, the priority of this government is, Arnab, that we ensure that every human being here gets a vaccine, but there will be priorities like the COVID warriors, the elderly, and also personnel from the armed forces and other people who are vulnerable to this virus. This is what they don't understand. And I am saying that the federal structure of the country has been followed. Narendra Modi ji has been having very constructive meetings with the chief ministers of the state. So what is their problem? If you can't be part of the solution, don't be part of the problem, sir. हर बार चिल्लाने से कुछ नहीं होगा. आपसे पूछ लूंगा. चार companies बताइए
on the screen now because you got to heckle the debate. Vivek.
चार companies बताइए जो vaccine.
Vivek, I am requesting you. 1 minute. This is getting very bothersome. You see, this is a horrific attempt, what you're seeing, viewers. And Vivek cannot permanently be hogging the airtime and the sound time on the program, so mute the volume. I'm putting a clear instruction here. You see, this is what we are seeing here. Is nothing but a horrific attempt. Horrific attempt at whipping up panic, Sohail, Seth and Hemant. It is a horrific attempt at whipping up panic. You are saying Indians are not going to get the vaccine. You are saying, can Indian people get some clarity? You are saying the British people are getting the vaccine. We are not getting the vaccine. I wish you'd keep your dirty politics out of it. COVID is not a joke. The British government has approved a vaccine. The Prime Minister Modi spoke last week to the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson regarding collaboration on COVID-19. You are spreading misinformation. You are fake news experts.
No, I am not.
Your entire businesses. Where are your questions on vaccine strategy coming from? There is an all-party meeting on 4th December that has been called. Would you deny it? Would you deny it? Is there not a all-party meeting on 4th December? Is that not been called so that we can have consensus on something? Sohail Seth is on the debate. Sohail and Dr. Thakkar is on the debate.
I have not interrupted anyone.
You are trying to create a rash situation ahead of an important meeting.
To mute their intellect. The word, since Arnab, you were looking for what is a politer way of calling someone an idiot, the phrase that I've often used is intellectually innocent. But we won't go there. I think your first panelist and then the interrupting gentleman had two valid concerns. Number one, how is the safety of every Indian who will be vaccinated guaranteed? Number two, was the offer of a free vaccination and election ploy. The first, I don't think even Narendra Modi would risk the lives of any Indians at the altar of an unsafe vaccine. Number two, the bigger problem, Arnab, here is, and let me finish this because this is an important point. I'm not worried about Rahul Gandhi opposing or the opposition in existence. What I'm worried about is they lace everything with cynicism and mockery, not with serious concern or intent. If you had questions to ask, your questions would be that gentleman in black who was asking, what is the safety mechanism? How are we guaranteeing the distribution? What is the pricing going to be? On the contrary, what do? You rely on a stupid tweet to tell people how cynical, how trivial, and how facetious you are about a serious issue that faces the country, number one. Number two, what has Rahul Gandhi shown with that tweet? He has not shown disrespect to Narendra Modi. That's a 24/7 issue between these two guys. What he has done is he has mocked Indian science, he has mocked Indian laboratories, he has mocked Indian healthcare workers, he has mocked Indian frontline staff, and he has mocked the idea of a scientific India. That is what I'm worried about. When people in power, when people in politics, when people in public life take it upon themselves not to deal with issues from a bent of intellect, but from a bent of cynicism, what they do is, as you rightly said, Arnab, they bring the whole system to doubt. They plant the seeds of viciousness, of divisiveness, and of doubt in the minds of every Indian. The debate here should be, is India ready for vaccines? Is India ready for a safe vaccine? Will every Indian be vaccinated? Those are the three questions that everyone must ask. Hopefully they will be asked at the all-party meeting, and Narendra Modi and his band of cabinet colleagues will address it.
Terrible part.
For us to then juxtapose by saying that this is all a joke, this is manipulation, why would you set the seeds of discontent in a scientific issue which is life-saving? Why? This is not about a bridge. This is not about a road. This is not about a protest. It's about the lives of every
What is
Indian.
for me
I've finished. Now
the point of greatest concern? What is for me the point of greatest concern is that this is a terrible time to be doing this. Dr. Thakkar will empathize with me on this. And we have Anwar Hussain and Anirban from Patna and Kolkata. You know, Dr. Thakkar, Indian manufacturers, Indian scientists who have taken part in these trials, who've been working very hard, they, after painstaking effort, are on the verge of a breakthrough. And intellectually innocent and intellectually incapable people like Rahul Gandhi and Robert Vadra and Priyanka Vadra are putting them down when they are on the verge of a breakthrough. Let me tell you, Anirban and Anwar Hussain, the country will not forgive you. The entire country is watching. You will not even get 5 seats in the Lok Sabha in 2024 elections if you continue like this. Yes, please. Anirban can debate with Dhemant Thakkar.
Why are you hurrying up?
Let the PMO
I
make
would
it
say,
clear
Arnab,
the PM Cares Fund
that
will be used
one
for
important
vaccination.
point needs to be understood. The British Prime Minister would have loved to give the choice of vaccine to something which is in his own backyard, the Oxford vaccine. But he preferred to go with the Pfizer vaccine. You must understand that science, data, efficacy and side effects prevailed much more than politics in the UK. And I'm sure the same will prevail here. I am a doctor. I think the choice of who to vaccinate, when to vaccinate, what order to roll out is not a decision for either Mr. Modi or Mr. Gandhi to take. It's a decision for the health ministry based on the recommendation of our scientists. I know 2 of the scientists where Mr. Modi visited personally. Do you know how much of a shot in the arm his visit was? They felt so proud that the Prime Minister, like the Chancellor of a university, came to each college that was preparing for the grand finale and gave them a shot in the arm. We should encourage the fact that our Prime Minister has gone to look for the best vaccine and to encourage every scientist and healthcare worker. And they will recommend, they will choose whom to give, which one to choose, and when to give. And I'm sure the health ministry, which will be guided by the Prime Minister afterwards, will then take the right decision. I think we should de-link politics from healthcare. COVID is not a joke. Arnab himself said that. And we are not here to listen to who said what. We are here to see the facts, the data, the efficacy, the side effects. And we don't want to be in a rush to give vaccines to people just because we have promised them.
Well said, sir.
We want to promise them a safe vaccine. This is what I want
to say. Well said. Well said. I wish to add to what you've said by simply saying this. And people like Anirban, people like Anwar Hussain, Vivek Srivastava will not like it, but let me tell you, do not undermine the Prime Minister's efforts. Stop doing it. The Prime Minister has met all chief ministers and discussed vaccine storage.
Now may I respond to
the Prime Minister is personally holding meetings on regulatory processes with vaccine manufacturers. That's serious work. The Prime Minister has chaired a high-level meeting with scientists to ensure a vaccine strategy is in place. That's serious work.
It's a vaccine
that is serious work. You have no idea what you're talking about.
We at the very least expect our Prime Minister
you have become nothing but an impediment.
Arnab will debate with you.
You are nothing but a walking, talking, political and social impediment to anything positive in this country.
That is the minimum we can expect, that a Prime Minister does not lie every time he gives
We are considering the best option for our citizens. Do you understand that?
You might
a vaccine is not something you walk out of the door and buy in a supermarket. You understand that?
Say otherwise, Arnab. It was Mr. Modi himself and Madam Nirmala Sitharaman who had said that in Bihar, every and each person is going to get a vaccine. It is the BJP who started this.
What is your issue? Do you even know what you're protesting about?
But all by BJP. It is the BJP who had said that every person in Bihar will get a vaccine. The JDU spokesperson is here.
BJP has even said, Anirban, not only in Bihar. Not only in Bihar, BJP has said that they will give free vaccine to everyone in BJP ruled state. But let me ask you, has Mamata Banerjee announced that she will give free vaccine? Has Congress announced that they will deliver free vaccine?
I'm speaking about
yes or no?
For Bihar elections.
No. We are going to give free vaccine. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. We are going to give free vaccine, not only in Bihar, but by all NDA ruled state. But you tell me about Mamata Banerjee or you tell me about Congress ruled state, are they going to give free vaccines? Then why they haven't made yet any announcement? But they are rather believing tweeting. Now second thing, okay, let's get clinical about
Anwar Hussain on the right, please. Thank you, Anwar Hussain.
Let's not talk like insane.
आप अनवर हुसैन को बताओ अनवर हुसैन जी प्रॉब्लम क्या है
Can I ask you a question?
अनवर हुसैन जी आज जो ये पॉलिटिक्स चल रही
Can I ask you a
What is your view? Let Anwar Hussain give his view. Yes, Mr. Hussain.
Now the problem is that
you asking me or Ajay
you call people to participate in a debate, or you call people to sermonize us. You start delivering sermons, and that to such a high decibel. That is the way. And you are issuing warning. You have not heard me. You have not listened to me. You have not asked me questions. And you are issuing warning. What is this? I can't participate in this kind of debate. You raise proper question, I will answer you.
You're welcome to speak,
without
sir.
Asking, without knowing my view, you are just giving us.
I am asking you a question. Then tell me one thing. Then here's my question to you, Anwar Hussain. Here's my question to you. Take my question then.
Contain your language, please. Contain your
Take my question. Take my question to you, Mr. Hussain.
If you can short, we can also short.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Hussain?
What is your question?
Yeah, you can shout, but I'm asking you a question. Here's my question to you, Mr. Hussain. My question to you is that India is considering the best possible options for its citizens. A, this process cannot be short-circuited. Isn't the Congress party being utterly irresponsible by trying to create a political debate and a political race on the issue of a vaccine? I know they are your allies, but please take a principled view on this, Mr. Hussain. We don't need vaccine politics at this time.
Forget about Congress is our ally or not. Just let us know what Congress has said. We have our own scientists.
The Congress party has put out a hashtag called Modi Atom Manipulation and is saying that the government is not doing enough to provide a vaccine to the citizens of India at a time when there is only an announcement in the UK when we are weeks away. That is what the Congress has said. If you as an honest citizen do not take a position contrary to that of the Congress, then I can accuse you, Mr. Anwar Hussain, of taking a pure political line. That's my question and my counter accusation to you. Please reply.
Few hours before the UK Prime Minister announced that they have invented a vaccine. Well, we have our own team of doctors, we have our own team of medical scientists. Let them first validate them. If the validation comes from our side, we will accept it. Today the UK announced and we have just okay, welcome, we need. Exactly. What is this?
Exactly. Ridicule the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi. So thank you, Anwar Sahab. That means you are
not.
What
do you mean by ridiculing? I'm not ridiculing anybody.
There is some petty politics going on with Rahul Gandhi and Congress party.
I didn't say I'm not with the Congress or I'm opposing. I'm simply raising a basic issue. Today only the Prime Minister of the UK has announced that they have got something.
You are right. That's what we expect you to say. That Congress is.
We need our own doctors, our own medical doctors to validate what they are saying.
You're right.
If it is properly validated, and validation needs time.
So Congress
validation needs time. If our doctors, our medical teams, our medical scientists, if they approve that and that say that is okay, it is 100% okay, let us welcome that. And again, yes, the Prime Minister promised in the election debate
Congress
that
party
Bihar
and CPI are doing cheap politics.
Your
allies are doing cheap politics.
And we would wait for the right kind of vaccination. Not that only if the UK announces or France announces and America announces and we go and grab that. That's not our policy.
Get it for free.
See, we cannot allow our masses to become...
Every citizen
we cannot allow our masses to
get it for free.
Gaurav Bhatia is back on the debate. No, the point is that one second, Mr. Anwar Hussain, Mr. Hussain, the only word to describe what you are trying to do, and I go back to the debate, is paranoia peddling. All that you people do now, one minute, Anwar Hussain, 1 minute. Can I have 2 versus 2 on the debate? Gaurav Bhatia is on the debate. I'll take a moment to explain this. Paranoia peddling over Shaheen Bagh. Paranoia peddling over CA and NRC. Lying about it. Paranoia peddling over Hathras. Paranoia peddling over the present controversy over farmers. Paranoia peddling over the COVID vaccine. Is this your politics? Let's have a clear debate on that. What kind of low-level politics is this? Every day you are going and telling people, the world will come to an end for this or that reason tomorrow. But playing over COVID vaccines, politics over COVID vaccine takes the cake.
That is due to this double speak of the BJP party.
One of you, please.
Give us time. I want to make 2 quick points.
I don't understand why you think the BJP is discovering the vaccine. Gaurav Bhatia back on the debate. Is the BJP discovering the vaccine? Or are scientists doing it? Is JP Nadda sitting together and making the vaccine? What's the politics, man? I mean, it beats me. You have to make a point, so you have to make a point. Gaurav Bhatia, in no other country does this kind of debate happen. Please, Gaurav Bhatia.
In no other country, Arnab, will we find such an irresponsible opposition that hates the Prime Minister, and they're willing to even accept the fact that, our country should fail, but they should be seated on the throne again to rule the country. But I will only say, and this is a very categorical statement that Narendra Modi ji has made, every Indian's life will be protected at whatever the cost is. Second, there will be certain issues like storage, transportation, who should get the vaccine first. And I think a responsible opposition, Rahul Gandhi should have come out and asked Narendra Modi ji that we also have governments in 5 states. Is there anything that we can do? Can we build up storage? Can we also offer any financial help? Bihar, yes, Bihar government will fulfill its promise. But what about other government? And second, Narendra Modi ji, how he has been praised for an early lockdown one, for the economic package that he gave so that even the poorest of the poor receives grant and support from the government. He's meeting all the chief ministers, he's taking their views. And I think the only way the country can win is when we collectively fight this pandemic. If we are divided politically, I think the country will lose. And this is a message which Rahul Gandhi and Gandhi Parivar will not understand. And one more thing, every time that Narendra Modi ji comes out, Arnab, you remember he said, no minute, no budget. The Congress and opposition parties, they were making fun of it. Is there anything to make fun of when Narendra Modi ji is encouraging the COVID workers, the health workers who are risking their lives to protect Indians? They can't add any value, but they will keep on criticizing. This only shows the perpetual pessimism of the opposition and the country. The country is ashamed of such an irresponsible opposition.
Is go ahead with their anti-India.
You don't even know what you are talking about.
I want to come in with a small comment and then I will come back to the debate. M.R. Venkatesh and Sohail Seth on one side will debate right now. M.R. Venkatesh and Sohail Seth will debate right now with Abdul Razak and Vivek will be quiet and listen. Please understand one thing, viewers. I want to speak to you for just 1 minute. I truly believe that in this country we don't go into the details. Had we gone into the details, there are some things that we need to take pride in. Let me explain some of those. Problem is, in this country, if you say, Modi is doing something good, you'll be told, oh, you're a bhakt. If you say that Yogi Adityanath has been regularly monitoring the preparation of a robust cold chain infrastructure for storing COVID-19 vaccines in 75 districts, and training of 70,631 vaccinators is underway right now.
Indians are not guinea pigs.
In for God's sake, Yogi is not making the vaccine. Don't be ridiculous. This is when you are announcing on national television about how stupid you are. Please don't say this. You must understand, Yogi is not making the vaccine. He's training the vaccinators. What did I say? He's training the vaccinators. Yogi is not...
Mr. Modi has got so
I give up. I give up. I mean, I don't know. No. The problem is... No, it is not about Yogi alone. Amrinder Singh has said he will take the first shot of the vaccine in the state once it is cleared by the ICMR. You are not understanding. The Delhi Health Minister has announced that Delhi has enough resources to supply the vaccine to the entire city in 3 to 4 weeks. Unlike people like you who only put out negative tweets every morning. Now do you realize why people in the country are fed up with Rahul, Priyanka and Robert Vadra? Do you realize now why people are fed up with the Vadras?
Because no,
they're fed up with them.
On this planet has tested it.
What do you know? What do you know what is safe or not safe? On what scientific basis are you saying this?
It is being accepted. You are accepting the report.
Sohail is on the debate.
Which wants to make profits.
India is developing 5 vaccines, mister. AstraZeneca, Bharat Biotech, Sputnik, Cadila, Biological. All of them are going through proper tests, unlike people like you. What have you done to contribute to anything? What positive work have you done? How dare you undermine the scientists and the doctors?
I'll tell you.
Sohail, please come freely into the debate.
No scientist has tested it properly.
But this man
we moved to phase 3 trials for Covaxin.
As safe.
1 minute. I don't know about a vaccine, but the way he's going, he will lead a Soviet race. So here are my answers to your questions. Question now, again, this gentleman from a car is speaking. Mr. Razak, will you mute your intellect? Let me finish. I think there are 2 points being raised by the 2 gentlemen from the opposition. Let's give credit to that. Their points, as I've understood, are A, is the vaccine ready? B, is it safe? There's a third point. C, will it be distributed to every Indian? Now let me say the following. No one has an issue with these two gentlemen raising the points that they've raised and in the manner they have raised it. Our perception, now again this gentleman from the car is interrupting. Let me say it in Hindi. आप मुझे बात करने दीजिए, फिर आप उसमें कूद जाइएगा ना, बात तो खत्म होने दीजिए. My issue is very simple. My issue here is very simple. I'm not worried about the questions that are being asked by these two people. What is worrying is, if the Congress calls itself a national party, which it is, or any responsible political party, the head of that political party must talk with gravitas. He must talk with a sense of purpose. He must not incite. He must unite the cause. No, let me finish. Again, you're interrupting. I didn't interrupt you. I was decent. I didn't interrupt you. Hear me out. Just hear me out here. Again, you're interrupting. You know, one gentleman in the car. I don't know when that car will move. The other chap is just keeping on interrupting. So here's my answer. Here's my comment. My comment is when the vaccine. Hear me here again.
Why was the lockdown a failure? Indian economy has gone down because of that.
Now, going by your logic, why did Robert Clive come to India? We are discussing the vaccine, you're discussing the lockdown.
Why don't you
this is where I say that you now need to have an IQ test. Because there is no vaccine yet for stupidity.
Why don't you question BJP? The
This
opposition
vaccine
is
is
not
unsafe.
to question.
No government
I told you
in the world
at the beginning
has
itself, we
tested
don't have a
it
vaccine
on
for
its own.
Now, 1 minute.
Only
I gave you the
people have
dignity.
accepted
I gave you the
reports
dignity
of
of
a
asking a
company.
You
question.
question the
1 minute.
opposition.
I spoke about the questions you raised. I put it in context. Again, you're interrupting. Yeah, what kind of? 1 minute. I gave you the entire respect, Mr. Razak. I gave you the respect you deserve. I did not interrupt you. Yeah, now again you're interrupting. आप थोड़ा शांत हो जाइए. अरे भैया, अगर कोविड नहीं मारेगा तो आपका हार्ट अटैक मार देगा. आप थोड़ा काम हो जाइए. मैं सिर्फ दो चीजें बोलूंगा. Number 1, no political party must come across as dividing or mocking the nation's capabilities of vaccination. Number 2, any political leader has to speak with a certain sense of gravitas. You can't be foolish all the time. You can be foolish once or twice. With Rahul Gandhi, he has a problem for every solution. If there is a solution in India, Rahul Gandhi has a problem. How do you run a country like that? Yaar, again, you are not listening, bhai.
नरेंद्र मोदी पे वापस आओ. क्या ये वैक्सीन सेफ है? क्या ये वैक्सीन सेफ है?
Whether it offends you or not, thank you very much. I'll come in the middle. Whether it offends you or not, Vivek, I know you are unhappy because China has not gained enough. I know you are unhappy because COVID is coming back to China and we are getting a vaccine. I know you are unhappy because anything positive in this country breaks your heart. You have mutated into a permanent heckler. And I will say with absolute certainty, I am saying with absolute certainty, our country is pulling all stops to get a vaccine. We have 1,000 crore vaccine mission. We are developing 5 vaccines. Covaxin has moved to phase 3 trials. 25 cities in 10 states, the trials are going on. Zydus clinical trials are expected to be done by March 2021. The Serum Institute's COVID trial is in the 3rd stage. Phase 2 and 3 of the Sputnik 4 vaccine is to begin. Please understand, we are well on our way. We do not need your speed breakers. Gaurav is on the debate. It's become political again. I am requesting you. This is not the time for politics. Gaurav is back on the debate.
I want to
what have you contributed to the national effort?
And I also want
At which point of time have you said, let us do our bit?
Gaurav, say it again. These people are interrupting. I can't hear a thing.
Yeah, I just want to take forward the very meaningful point that Sohail Sethji made. You know, when we are fighting a pandemic, everyone needs to unite. And very rightly said by him, which I was also emphasizing, the central government, the state government, BJP and all the opposition parties, every citizen should come together to find a solution. Why be cynical? Why be pessimistic? I heard a panelist say that India has failed. No, the numbers don't say that. I will tell you, for per 1 million population, the number of cases in United States of America are 42,634. In India, there are 6,861. Far lower.
Sir.
The number of deaths per 1 million in USA, 835. In India, 100. So 1/9 of what the US is facing. And third, had it been the Congress government, Arnab, India would have been reactive. We are proud of the fact that we have strong leadership, very capable and able scientists, and we are being proactive. And I can tell you that we will prevail over this virus as well. But what to do of these people if they do not have faith in the vaccine in India? Go to Italy. Go to Italy.
In the middle.
Gandhi Parivar will get you a vaccine there.
Why only death?
Idiocy cannot be cured, but at least you will become, cured of COVID. Go to Italy with Sonia Gandhi. Do you know what is happening in Italy? What stupid debate do you people do? Can't even come up with one constructive suggestion.
I'd like Hemant Thakkar, last word tonight to Hemant Thakkar. Dr. Hemant Thakkar, please tell all the politicians that trying to rush a vaccine is not good and why. I just want Dr. Hemant Thakkar to tell you that. Please.
I only want to tell everybody who is viewing this channel, and it's all over the country, that you never ask a scientist or a doctor, when will the vaccine come? Even the Prime Minister and the President of America, Donald Trump, who kept egging for the vaccine, finally lost the battle for the vaccine because the scientists were not ready. Don't push the scientists. Don't put politics with the vaccine. I don't have a hospital bed saying BJP and a neighboring bed saying Congress. We are all one. We are Indians. Give the scientists a chance to bring the vaccine which they think is the best. Then the health authorities will sit down like the British MRHA did and will choose the right vaccine and recommend it to the health ministry. Don't mix politics and vaccine. Let us do our job, you do your job. By unnecessarily stoking conflagration and putting all these conflictory minds into action, you are taking away the attention of the doctors and the healthcare workers. We should celebrate that COVID-19 has an antidote in 2020. I thought the vaccine would come in COVID-21. So we have 20, which is punctuated, which is accepted. Let's celebrate that. This is like the neighbor's wife has got pregnant and we are fighting who the father is. Let's not worry about that. Let our vaccine come. Let our Prime Minister, health authorities, scientists who will guide the health ministry decide when to use it. We don't want to rush into a vaccine. We don't want side effects. And we will decide, the aged, the comorbid, the people who are vulnerable, the healthcare workers. I'm sure the health authorities will take everyone in proper tow. We are a large country. We have to see the distribution and the administration. Everything is going in pattern. Please do not interrupt the scientific process. This is my mission.
Yeah, the point to make as I close is, don't rush it. 3 things: quality, safety, efficacy. These things are not done under political pressure. The vaccine will come. Let's bury the politics. Coming up on the other side tonight, 2 big debates. Viewers, don't go away. In just some time tonight, the return of the award Wapsi gang in unique circumstances. Why and how in a few minutes. I'll see you in a few minutes.